Now 5:30, we'll call the select board meeting to order for Monday, May 6th. Please join me for pledges.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First thing on our agenda is the signed department head contract. That's Dave's, right?
That's Dave Giroux contract, yes.
Dave showing up at all?
No, he's on vacation this week.
Oh, okay.
But I did send it to him and he said he was okay with it as written.
I will make a motion to approve the highway superintendent employment contract starting July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2027.
A second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? We'll see anybody from citizen participation. Mix is a town administrator.
I have 3 Dufresne rentals.
Okay.
First one is for August 17th, 2024, arriving 9:30 a.m., departing 5:30 p.m. Number of people, 125, no liquor. It is a family picnic, and they are looking for the parking lot area, the open field, wooded areas on either side of the open field, and the pavilion. Next one is for July 25th, 2024, arriving 5 p.m., departing 8 p.m. Number of people, 100 plus, no alcohol. Type of function, it's a summer concert, and it's in the gazebo and the lawn area. And the final one is for July 28th, 2024, arriving 10 a.m., departing 7 p.m., no liquor, maximum number of people is 60. It's a group picnic, and it is for the large pavilion and gazebo and the large open field.
And correspondence. Let's see.
You should have the menu in front of you for the elderly picnic that you're putting on May 17th.
And for the little village, we talked about that the last time for Dennis Duquette, right? He wanted to have the little village for the Dino Fest. So he's
Talk to the fire department, I think, other pieces that, can be put together, so you weren't sure exactly.
okay. So are we waiting for a follow-up from Jeremy on the status of the little houses?
The little houses are all in West Street building.
Right.
So
So he wants
I
the,
don't think Jeremy has the manpower to be able to devote to putting it together.
Okay.
I know the last time when they were moved there, I think it was the fire department.
Yep.
Who moved them into the building, so.
so we just have to ask the chief if he's able to do that for September 14th.
Yep.
I'll ask.
Thank you, Kathy.
And then the other correspondence was the Board of Health and the Conservation Commission.
And the only other thing I want to mention to the board is I was contacted by Western Mass Environmental, and we do have our permit, and they are planning on doing the tank removal the week of June 10th.
Excellent.
So it is moving along slowly, but it is moving.
Everybody's busy, especially companies like that, so.
And again, I will state that we will have a police detail there to keep the general public away from the active construction site.
Do you know, Chris, if it's like a 1-day thing or
No.
possibly longer?
I haven't heard that yet, but I figure as I get closer, I'll have more conversations with them and be able to get more definitive answers from them.
We just put up the barriers and the horses on the 2 entrances to the.
We have snow fence up, but that doesn't deter anybody either. We have snow fence all along the West Street side. But people still just go in and walk their dogs and they don't care. They're just, even when we were looking for, doing some testing on the septic system there, people would just walk in while we had open holes there and said that we can't stop them from walking on that property. So the problem we're having is it's an active construction site, but people don't care. They feel they can do whatever they want to do.
What's the chief think about that?
The chief has said that if need be, we can call them and they will tell them to move along, but that's not going to stop them from just keep coming on site. So at some point, we're going to have to put up,
Is there no trespassing signs?
We have it just on the building. We don't have it on the property itself. Okay, so, but I would hope that people would use a little
Well,
common sense.
It's more towards we want people just because the construction's going on, not to stay off the property because
No, I get it.
people have the right, it's public property, they have a right to be on it. So what during that time, it's an active construction site and that's all just, people keep their distance, they can see from a distance, but we don't want people walking around and stuff like that with machinery and stuff.
We're walking around right around the school or out in the backfield.
No, some people go and look in the windows and things of that nature, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think where we have, like I said, so if they put, like those sawhorses and barricades in the front of the 2 entrances, the driveways there, the parking lots, and then the snow fence around it, no one can go beyond what a snow fence is. That's,
But they still do.
There's no fencing in the back?
Not in the back, but I believe it goes around most of the building.
or just put, you can have signs made up that, no one beyond this point due to, ongoing, the construction, whatever, certain dates, we can find how long it's gonna take and we can put that up for date for, so we're notifying the public that they can't use that area for those times because otherwise it's public property. So, but we don't want them on it, just in that area, but they can see from a distance if they wish. I just don't want people, should be plenty enough,
So it's okay to walk around at two and 400 around that, peeking in the window. Because it's public property.
yeah, someone could be on here. I mean, it's not trespassing unless we have signs say it's trespassing on this point. If they're not doing anything. It's the same thing. If someone wanted to come in here and start filming everything around it, you can't stop them from doing it. Um, anything else, Chris?
No.
Departmental reports,
Yep, I'll make a motion to approve the departmental reports.
or a second?
I will second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Approve and sign maintenance forms?
I did actually just want to say that I like the way that the new COA director is keeping the numbers. Like she says how many seniors come for each event. We didn't have that before, so I do like having that information because you can see some of the activities are a lot more popular than others. So that was nice to see that. All right. All right, I will make a motion to approve a payroll warrant number 65 dated 4/23/24 in the amount of $445,959.37.
Or a
I
second?
will second.
Any further discussion?
I will abstain from select board and teachers' salaries.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? And Rick and I will vote out of necessity for the select board salaries.
Make a motion to approve warrant number 66. This is a maintenance warrant dated 4/26/24 in the amount of $366,603.85.
A
I
second.
will second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Make a motion to approve warrant number 67. This is a bills payable warrant dated 5/3/24 in the amount of $66,293.52.
I will second.
Any further discussion?
Chris, I did have a question. The special town meeting, number 10, I believe it's at 2018 for the electrical. Was that updated electrical done at the park? One was old library, sorry, and then one of them it said park.
What Jeremy had done out there. That was Jeremy having an electrician come in to, I think, work on the well. I think he was working on the electronics for the well. I don't remember the bill off the top of my head. Now it's just under due frame repairs, so.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Good.
Last one is a motion to approve warrant number 67S. This is a bills payable warrant for the school dated 5/3/24 and the amount of $198,089.21.
Second.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed?
Thank you.
Minutes.
We're gonna have them all for Rick for this Monday coming up.
Fun.
So you can sign them for the last time, Rick. All the minutes.
All right, discussion of the annual town meeting warrants. 5/13/24.
All right, so Chris, you want me to read it like I did the last time, or just say article number, where it's coming from, and the amount? Okay. All right, so Article 1 is to move the town vote to conduct the business of meeting as follows on May 13, 2024. Consider Articles 2 through 23, and on June 10th, 2024, consider Articles 24 through 32.
So which board member wants to present that article?
Article 1? Well, I'll take care of Article 1.
All right.
Should not that hard.
All right, Article 2 is to move the town to approve the consent agenda as follows. So Article 2A is the town vote to authorize the select board to conduct the following activities for fiscal year 2025. So Article 2AA is to sell after first giving notice of time and place of sale by posting such notices of sale in some convenient and public place in the town 14 days at least before the sale, property taken by the town under tax title land of low value procedure, provided the select board or whomever they authorize to hold such public auction may reject any bid they deem inadequate. Article 2AB is to apply for and accept federal or state grants or monies as may be made available and to allow the select board to expend any funds received as set forth in the appropriate application. And Article 2AC is to enter into a contract with the Massachusetts Highway Department for the construction and maintenance of public highways for the ensuing year.
Who wishes to present that article?
You want to rotate around or you want to take?
No, I think it's either, I'll take the first, it's the first two.
First page.
Or do you want Article 2 goes all the way to 2K?
That's fine.
Okay. Do you still want me to go through and read all the articles though, even though we did
Well-
it last time, or now that Glenn said?
Well, the issue will be is 2B is basically setting the pay rates for the various boards in town.
Yep.
2C is setting the fee for the Conservation Commission if site inspection is necessary. 2D is to accept all the perpetual care gifts that were given to us during calendar year 2023. Article 2E is authorizing what can be spent out of the revolving funds as authorized under our general bylaws. 2F is allowing us to enter into agreements with other intergovernmental agencies for services we can't perform ourselves. Article 2G is to be in compliance with the ethics law because we have select board members who are appointed to ad hoc committees that report to the select board. And we have to approve that section of the law to allow that. Article 2H is the new compensation plan for all the non-union employees in the town. Article 2I is the Pathfinder Vocational Technical High Schools assessment for FY25. Article 2J is the Chapter 90 allocation for fiscal year 2025. Article 2K is the funding our OPEB liability for this year.
Okay. And Glenn will read all of this. Yes?
The best.
Yeah,
Okay.
those are 1 and 2. Just-
Then have a seat. You'll get needed.
And then what I have is I've notified all the department heads that they need to present the buildings, all the articles that relate to their department.
Okay.
Okay, so Article 3 for the truck for the public buildings will be Jeremy. The landscape trailer Article 4 will be presented by Jeremy in the amount of $87.50. Article 3 and Article 4 are going to be paid out of free cash.
Chris, why would we just have the board member present it? And as we've done in the past, they can be there to answer any questions if they come up.
If that's what you want, but a lot of times it's easier, I feel it's easier if the department head is up there and makes the explanation as part of their presenting the article.
And then it might answer all the questions before
Yes.
we open it up to the floor. Or you're
Yeah.
saying read it and then
Read
have
it.
them come
Have
directly on
them
the.
there when they're, the articles that apply to them, have them come up, so that way the select board, one of the members from the select board are actually reading.
All right, then that's what you want. So who's going to do Article 3?
I'll step up.
Article 4?
I'll take it. 5, 6, 7.
Okay. Article 5 is $17,856 for installation and a space heater at the Carnegie Pavilion, being paid through free cash. Article 6 is $11,933 is for the guardrail style fence at the COA site. Article 7 is from free cash, $12,251 for fencing at Brown Ellison Field.
Who's coming up this weekend? Jeremy on.
Those will be Jeremy on all those. Yes.
In the public library parking lot, is that highway? Because we would have them do it, or we might have to subcontract it out.
I would have Jeremy start it, and then David can come in and help assist if need be.
Okay.
And that's $70,000 for the new library parking lot. That's out of free cash.
You're talking about the work. He's talking about the article.
No, yeah, I was talking about the work.
Right, he's
You
talking
knew
about
where I
the
was going.
article.
That's okay.
We're not sure if David's gonna do it. We have it included in our bid for asphalt for the upcoming year for the
Okay.
bid on. And we're hoping that it comes in good enough that we can have it subcontracted out, because David, as I keep saying, is losing one person in July, possibly a second one. We're not sure. So he may be short-staffed of people being able to perform the work.
Well,
Okay.
the parking lot's no easy task either.
Yeah, so.
Who did this one? We subbed this out, right?
No, David did this one.
David did.
But that was during a period when I think that was just as COVID started and people were hungry.
Yeah.
And David ended up coming in and helping do it along with another company. So David did all the prep work for it, and then a paving company
came in and
and put
paved
the pavement in. So who's going to do number 8?
I can do it. So, Rick, you've got the next 5. Do you want me to just take the next 5?
Sure. I took 5, you can have 5.
So you're doing 8 through 13?
Yep. Do you want me to say what Article 9 is?
Yeah, just
Yep.
briefly.
So Article 9 is for the replacement of the battery backup unit at the police department. And the funding is coming from free cash in the amount of $92,174. Article 10 is a marked cruiser for the police department. The money is coming from free cash in the amount of $69,794. Article 11 is an unmarked vehicle for the police department. Money is coming from free cash as well in the amount of $67,526. And Article 12 is the replacement of security cameras and servers at the police department, also coming from free cash in the amount of $70,340. And Article 13 is replacement of security fobs and controllers at the police department, coming from free cash in the amount of $38,384.
But I think we asked this before. What's the difference between Articles 10 and 11? The amounts.
Looks like it's just
It's a type of vehicle.
Oh, because the one's unmarked, so it's not getting all the other stuff with it.
You don't have all the special
lights, everything.
paint and all the other stuff that goes in with it.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Rick, you want more? Want Article
I want to
14?
step on Glenn's toe. You want-
He's got 2 pages of reading.
I'll take the 14 through 17
Okay.
for now.
All right, so Article 14 is to the purpose of funding the purchase of a fire engine for the fire department or take any other action in regard thereto for $1.3 million. And,
That's gonna be done through borrowing.
oh, yep, town vote to borrow.
Okay.
And then Article 15 is to purchase a pickup truck for the highway department coming from free cash in the amount of $89,000. Article 16 is to borrow in accordance with the Mass General Law, $275,000 for the purpose of funding a dump truck for the highway department. And Article 17 is to vote to transfer from free cash $162,750 for the purpose of funding paving at the West Street Cemetery.
And again, this one, if we can get, if David has time, we're gonna have him try and do the work. But again, we're not sure if he has the ability to be able to do that.
Yes, with the dump truck and the fire engine. So when we borrow the money, we're not borrowing it right away.
No,
We're just waiting until,
we're actually, what we're giving the fire chief is permission to purchase a fire truck
right,
for 1.3 million. What it'll do, it'll sit on the books as authorized but unissued. When the truck comes in 5 years from now, because we're basically trying to lock the price in, is when we would go and borrow the money to pay the bill at that point in time.
so chances are our rate 5 years from now could be less than what it'd be today to borrow.
And it could be more, it could, you don't know where it's gonna
Right.
go. We're hoping it's gonna be less, but,
Yeah.
we just don't know.
Okay.
But we're locking in at the price of the fire engine, which is the 1.3.
Right. Which is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris, is there any way that we can get a list? Because I know it's come up several times from people on the floor of what he has for a fleet at the highway department, like how old his trucks are and what the trucks are and all the equipment that's in there. I think that would be helpful for the people to have as well when they're trying to make these decisions. Because they're going to say, well, doesn't he have enough trucks? Doesn't he have enough? Like we hear it every year. So I think just to have that list.
Well, he should be able to come up and present it. It's him. It's the fire chief that's asking for it, so he should be able to talk about the
Yeah,
fleet.
even
and-
the highway department. Yeah, we'll read the
The
article.
highway
We'll
fire
find
department.
I'll have to,
Right, they're gonna,
yeah, Dave, right.
right,
But also, I don't want to put him on the spot. Because what if he forgets a truck or he forgets the year or something? Because people are going to ask him that.
But-
So this way he has it in front of him.
right, just have.
Yeah, just to have it ready.
These are our fire chiefs and police chiefs and department heads. They're presenting
Their need.
needs for their department, so they should be able to speak for them. I say it's for the department, but it's for the town.
Yeah.
They should be able to speak, and then they have the reasons why they're asking for it.
Right. And then we have 6 more articles. I'm more than happy to read them, but Glenn, if you want any of them, you let me know.
No, fine. I'll read them. I don't read them. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me either.
You gonna read them all?
No, Chris is gonna do it.
All right, I shall do them. All right, so Article 18 is to transfer from free cash, borrow, or bond $15,000 for the purpose of funding the purchase of a mower for the cemetery department. Article 19 is to transfer from free cash $83,388 for the purpose of funding the tuition for Smith Vocational and Agricultural High School students. Article 20 is to vote to transfer from free cash the sum of $41,560.43 for the purpose of funding the opioid settlement special revenue fund. Article 21 is the town vote to transfer from free cash the sum of $82,473 for the purpose of funding the general purpose stabilization fund. Article 22 is the town vote to transfer from free cash the sum of $82,475 for the purpose of funding the capital needs stabilization fund. And then Article 23 is the town vote to transfer from free cash the sum of $82,475 for the purpose of funding the municipal building stabilization fund. And that will conclude the May 13th meeting.
As regards to Article 20, more or less, we should kind of look and move forward with that too. There's been some talk in regards to a lot of this money has been spent. And hasn't.
Yeah.
And then
I have a phone call scheduled with the company that is overseeing the opioid funds. And I believe I have it for Friday to go over how they can help us get through it. Give me 1 second. Yes. I have it at 10 a.m. on Thursday, the May 9th.
Yeah.
I have a call with CARE Massachusetts to go over the opioid funds, and I'm hoping I can get some guidance from them as to what we can use it for. Or if they know of anybody we can maybe join forces with to be able to offer to a larger community.
I know a lot, like I said, there was sort of some, I guess, frustration based on a lot of that money hasn't been spent yet. And not saying just suspend it, but it was given to, to do something for treatment, education,
And I agree, but the hard part is it's a 10-year payment plan. So the allocations that we're getting of 40, 50, 60,000 a year, it's hard to fund a position. It's hard to really get a program up and running, in my viewpoint, for a small community. If we could,
some simple things, even if we get, different types of education out there, or, we start having something like Narcan boxes at certain places. But just to start, doing something with it.
Oh, yeah. So, like I said, May 9th is when I have a call with them,
All right.
so.
And it just goes.
Anyway, just afraid there's no, there's no cameras, there's no nothing. It's just for people to have. It's just as a way of safety. So what's that? We have approved and signed 2024 common vic licenses.
Make a motion to approve common victualers license number 2436 to Evelyn Hatch, doing business as Breezy Acres Greenhouse and Garden at 25 Pleasant Street in Granby. And this place only, and expires December 31st, 2024.
For a second,
I will second.
any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Thank you.
It just what?
This one.
Yeah. Get some postponed. Approve and sign sewer warrant 24-1.
Make a motion to approve the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Town of Granby sewer use fee warrant number 24-1 to Nicole A. Menard, agent for collection of sewer use fees for Granby in the County of Hampshire. In the name of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, you are hereby required to collect from the several persons named on the sewer use fee list, herewith committed to you as therein set forth with interest, the sum total of such list being $122,309.75, the whole amount billed to all persons known to us to be liable for sewer use fees. and you are to pay over said sewer use fees and interest to Stephen R. Nally, treasurer of the town of Granby, or to his successor in office at the times and the manner provided by General Laws, Chapter 83. Given under our hands the 6th day of May, 2024.
For a second,
Second.
any further discussion?
So Chris, I just want to check with you. So I know you and Nicole were working with South Hadley to work out any kind of kinks that they found. And this is with the new rate, right? For the new fiscal year? Okay. That's it.
New rate and the new assessment for
Yep.
next door, and I believe the Helen property.
Okay. Right. That was it.
All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? Okay.
It's again works. I'm starting to smell it.
Well,
Oh, it actually smells a lot better
your
now.
sciences or something to do. It might have been the smell of it.
It's terrible.
All right. Old business? Any other business?
Okay, town accountant position, it is on the MMA website. It is in the Daily Hampshire Gazette. We have had some contact from people interested. I think I need to ask the board the question of, do you want this position to be on site all the time? To allow it to be 100% remote, or a combination of on site and remote?
Is it possible to remote?
Yeah. I wouldn't want it totally remote. I don't think I mean, obviously the people that are applying, I could see being part remote and part here. But not completely remote.
Okay.
I mean, someone.
I feel like there should be office hours.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm willing to split it, but.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, the only reason I ask is, the minute we put it in the on the MMA website, we had gotten a response from a woman who was a former municipal accountant, but moved to South Carolina to do their husband's job. And she wanted to know if she could do it 100% remote. Okay. I have been contacted by another individual who talked about trying to do some remote, some on site. We're not requiring, I said, I'm not requiring it to be 5 days a week if they don't want to. If they want to do it over 2-3 days, that's up to them, or 4 days. I would leave that up to them for the scheduling, as long as I knew what it was before we hired the individual. I wouldn't have a problem with that. And that was the individual who was talking about maybe 1 or 2 days on and maybe the other 2 days or a day off, doing it remotely.
Yeah.
Because you had said originally 20 hours a week, right? Or about that.
We advertised for 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important to have the office hours for the departmental heads and stuff to come
Yeah.
and talk to.
And to even just talk to the treasurer.
Yeah.
One-on-one,
Yeah.
So.
Like I said, I think we can do a combination of both. That's what Phil said.
Okay.
Now, I guess the question becomes, Chris, is who then has to take over the job of faxing them everything or sending them everything?
My issue is if they're coming on site, they can pick everything up when they're on site.
Perfect.
If they were gonna be 100% remote, then we were gonna have to have somebody dedicate time to scan all the bills or scan all the receipts or scan all the documents and send them to them.
Yeah.
And, right, and not with the understanding too, if there's things that they need to pick up, they need to pick it up. Or
Right,
he or she need to pick it up because that's part of their job.
yes. But not remote. And I believe they scan everything to her.
I get worried things get missed, something didn't go through, or it's just, I think in-person dialogue too with somebody is very helpful.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. Like I said, I just want to get the board's approval before I said yes to a mixture.
Especially in the position that we're
Yeah.
looking for someone to do.
Okay. Forge Pond, I haven't heard anything. I'm trying to get a hold of Dave Leonard to find out the status on that. Open space will be Crystal.
Kathy put up the flyers all around. And I will have the signs for you guys if we have time on Monday. I don't know. We haven't talked about when we were meeting on Monday before the town meeting. But I will have the signs for you guys to approve before we order them. The open space to go out on the properties, but Kathy's got the rest of it up at all the buildings.
Yeah, that's on the website.
Do you get pictures done?
Yeah, I got a bunch of pictures until to the point where Mimi said, "Stop sending me pictures. We have enough." So I think we're good.
Council on Aging, we're moving along. We do have an ad out for the activities director / lunch manager. We do have 2 applications in. It's just a matter of interviewing those 2 people. The cookout we did talk about earlier in the meeting. The Route 202 project. Been good days, been bad days. There's been some days where the traffic gets really snarled. They had issues when they had to relay a pipe across Pleasant Street. And they closed down Pleasant Street and there was no really advance notice. And it really created a big traffic jam.
That's what parents try to get the children to understand.
Yep. Then the other issue was one time, and I got stuck in this one, when they were working on Pleasant Street, I think they did something to the lights because the lights along 202 stayed red for like 3 cycles. And you had cars backed up all the way over the hill and beyond. And nobody was directing traffic to telling people to go. Everybody was just following the red light and they was just backing up along 202.
There was no.
Oh yeah, there's police detail there, but they weren't told. Well, apparently they weren't told to do traffic control. But when you see the traffic backing up, you think they would just automatically start directing the traffic to keep it flowing. But like I said, those have been few and far between. Most of it has been fairly okay. Other days when I've driven through there, it's fine. It's just when people want to turn left.
I mean, it's construction. It's a busy road, and at times, it's busier than others. I think that's where you have the issues obviously.
But I only wish that during the construction, if someone wants to take a left out of Amherst Street, that the police detail step up, stop the traffic and let them go. Instead of waiting for them to find an open spot, because it's hard when you're trying to work around the construction vehicles.
I mean, they should almost put a sign up at West Street and have people take the left on the West Street and go down and take the left or right at that point. It would eliminate some of the backup down.
Congestion.
But what I find is a lot of people that go to Dunkin' Donuts come out of that back entry onto Amherst and want to turn left to go up 202. We should shut down the left from there during this whole construction process. Because it does get difficult when you got construction vehicles out there and
Because
barrels and.
I mean, if you're coming down Amherst Street, you can always make that left on the West Street and head across. And even if you live on there, you'd be probably better off going up the other way sometimes
Mhm.
at the peak times. I know I came by, I can't remember what day it was last week, and it was backed up past the apartments on the right-hand side of the house.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was up past that.
Yeah. There's been times, or a lot of times, I'll go out of here and cut up by the pizza house instead,
Yeah.
and go out that way over Cold Hill.
Except when they have High Street closed. They thought this was close, they closed high that day.
Well, like I said, understanding is, I mean, it's, those busy things and some parts of the project, end up being more in the road work where, it definitely impedes the traffic, so.
So,
Chris, I did read in the conservation minutes that they were meeting with Mass DOT for the silt fencing and stuff like that. So they're being kept apprised of what's happening in each stage of it. But it doesn't seem like the chief of police is or anybody else is. So nobody else knows what to expect. But they're walking through the Conservation Commission as they go through each step.
what the problem becomes is because they're encroaching upon the
The
wetlands
wetland.
every step of the way.
Okay.
Okay,
I just thought it would be nice to have the chief there so that we can know kind of more what's going on too. Because we don't hear until a month and a half later, sometimes from the commission.
I can ask the chief to,
Yeah. But they're there for the traffic,
Yeah.
the safety of the workers, so.
Any updates on the One Stop for Growth? I have that one application in. I haven't heard anything on it. Senior Work-Off Program, no, I haven't been able to work on it. I've been busy dealing with the Finance Committee and finalizing the budget for the annual town meeting coming up. Updates on the green communities. I don't have anything. Do
They
you?
have competitive grants, but a lot of the stuff that they have out there just says that we're eligible to go for them, but we really need to figure out what our goals and what we want to have before we just go for grants, because we need to spend more time planning for the future than just going for a grant when it comes out.
We are working on, trying to do something with the old lighting at, West Street Building. And
Okay.
at some point, we'll probably want to try to apply to, DOER for a grant to help fund.
So the last time I was in contact with the green communities, they said to get in touch with National Grid. I can go back in my emails. They said there's a gentleman there that can help figure out by walking in there what the town is eligible for green community grants.
We're using the company that, Jay Joyce used the last time.
Yeah, so it should be the same guy then.
Innovis, I think the name of it is, or
Okay.
whatever. That's the person we've been dealing with
Yeah.
about going in and changing out a lot of the,
So then he'll know what grants we're eligible for and stuff. So the senior work-off program, are we gonna wait until after the annual town meetings?
Yes,
Okay.
because I'm busy trying to get the booklet together, busy trying to get all my schedules together and finalizing everything with the Finance Committee.
While we're talking about grants though, Chris did do the 2.0 MVP grant that we had talked about 2 weeks ago now. But Chris got an email back from Andrew just to kind of update you guys that they're looking for plans that are 2018 or older. And ours is 2019. So he said that we're going to be about 3 cycles behind because there's such a large group of towns that are 218 or older that we're probably going to have to wait 3 cycles. But he'll keep us. He said he's going to make some kind of calendar and let us know when we're up, but he's thinking 2025, 2026 before we can update our MVP.
No.
There's nothing about the WMWRA stuff.
I'm waiting to see if we get anything for the One Stop for Growth, because that was what we were looking at trying to do with that, is to deal with the water, public water supply. And that would be,
Representative Sabadosa, excuse me if I'm saying it wrong.
Sabados.
Yeah, he's trying to get something going for local communities to be in on the local stuff. So I was wondering if you reached out to,
I've never heard anything from him.
Jake or Mindy or something. It's just she. I don't think you'll hear anything from that. Where's she out of? Northampton?
Northampton.
Northampton. It was all over the news. That's why I'm asking.
Well, I guess I'll have to go back because I don't remember any emails coming in regarding that at all, so. I guess I'll have to go and look into it.
I'm sure if you reach out to the senator or one of the reps, they may be able to
Yeah.
point us in the right direction. Rep Carey or Rep Down or Donald,
Oliver.
Oliver, so Oliver.
When is Carrie's term up? Because he's leaving soon, isn't he?
This next election.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, he's running for another office, yeah.
Right, so you can step down from being the.
Well, actually, he'll still be there until the actual swearing in, I think, in January.
January.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Be at the old courthouse.
Right, and then Rex. Probably would be, yeah.
Get bring the stick. Garby used to do.
Yeah, it did back in the day. We have the town minister evaluation.
So Rick's gone Monday, so gotta have it for Monday, guys.
So, what I'd like to do with that, and obviously talk to the board members here, is that we, before you leave, Rick, we, set a date and a time for, it's gotta be a public meeting. So we'll schedule a date and time, and that would be the only thing on our agenda.
Yeah, you could, it doesn't have to be a Monday.
Yeah, we can just pick a time and
you guys are available.
so.
Now tomorrow or Wednesday.
No, we gotta post it anyway, so.
I'm gonna say I'm
Thursday, you have the land review committee.
What if we did it next week? Like we did like the 16th, next Thursday. I think the earlier we do it, the better. I don't want to hold Chris here after.
so Thursday the 16th, 5:30.
Can we do it sooner?
I just gotta drive my daughter to work for 4. Then I can be here. 4:30. It's in happy.
Just so we need to hear.
I can ask if I can reschedule my daughter's horseback riding lessons. Those are at 4. But I can reschedule.
I'll put you out, so that's up to you.
Let's say 5. You want to do it earlier.
No, you want to do it? Oh, I just in reference to,
She's still got school teaching.
right, but just because Chris, I want to keep me here after too long.
Yeah.
Oh, 5 work, is that too early? Krista?
I will be rushing here, but I think I can make it work as long as I can actually ask her if I can go at 3:30 instead of 4, and that will free up some time.
What about the 15th, the Wednesday?
When is it hard for you to get here?
Yeah.
What?
Hmm?
Wednesday, no good.
No,
Yeah, let's do Thursday. We'll do it for, you said 5?
5. So you,
Yeah.
if it doesn't, yeah,
I'll move the horseback riding to earlier.
it's 5 o'clock and we'll start at 5. If you're a little late, you will wait till you get here.
Okay.
And I would just say, the format that I'm looking for is everybody's gonna have their evaluation, that we do. And, we could present each one to Chris. We can review it. If Chris has any questions or comments, he's more than welcome to have dialogue with us on it. And we can discuss it with him as well.
And Kathy, can you email us the document that you made where you put Glenn and mine all together? Because that's the document that we were going to use, right? The final one?
That's one that went out.
Yes. I sent that out.
You guys have a copy of his contract?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm glad you picked another day because I didn't think we were gonna be able to get to everything before that meeting.
No,
With the minutes and everything.
I think it's important just to have something separate.
Yeah.
Before that, I'm looking at trying to put another meeting. I think it's important just to have it and some. Anybody have anything else besides that? Talk about?
Oh, I got one more thing about the liability and the use of Frank.
Yeah.
You know, you were worried about the baseball team people coming in and using the truck to dump them on there. Is there something we can do to make them be able to do that? Can they sign a limited liability form or something so they can go in there? And what kind of, yep, they gotta do.
Were you talking about spreading the dirt?
Yeah, Dave was gonna go pick it up.
But we already picked it up and brought it in.
Brought it in.
It's already sitting there's a load that was put at Brown Ellison and a load that was put at Two Frame.
So we had an issue with them going in there, didn't we?
No, it was
them driving trucks?
It was someone then picking it up and bringing it in
Okay.
on their own. And we just said we wanted to have either us do it or actual contract or something.
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't just spreading the dirt back and forth.
Okay.
But I think what Rick's making reference to is there's a lot of talk online of people wanting to go to town fields and do community service and weed whack and mow and do all this other stuff in the past. And they haven't been allowed to do so because of liability reasons of running heavy machinery or machinery in general on town property.
Yeah.
So there was talk about how other towns make it happen, but we were worried about the liability of it. So what Rick is asking, is there some way to get around that where they sign some kind of waiver, but we want that waiver to hold up in court should they get injured on town property so they can't sue if they were to help out. So in the past, it was people were going there on their own, not asking permission, just doing what they wanted to town property, I think is what people were referring to, right? They weren't coming and asking for permission. They were just doing whatever they wanted to the town property or how they saw fit.
Well, and speaking with Jeremy on it, he's worried about them if they're mowing over it, especially Brown Ellison.
With the sprinkler heads, yeah, they
can't
break
have
all
them
the
do-
time.
I would say
No one should be doing anything to any town property without permission from the town. That has
Yeah.
nothing to do with liability. That is, no one should be doing anything without, it's town property. It's owned by the town. That's like saying that someone can come to the building and start painting the building. No, it's town property. Doesn't matter what they did with it. They have to have permission to do whatever. Doesn't matter what it is.
So that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So if there's something where they can come in, I would say mowing. I think Jeremy does a fine job with it.
I think Rick's just trying to be proactive. So say someone does come in here, do we have a system in place or something in place where we give them permission, they sign that waiver? Or they sign something that does not
I
make
think
the
there's a
town
lot of
liable?
confusion of them being able to go do a lot of stuff. You know, the scouts are there all the time, the school.
Again, they come in here and they have permission to do that. Yeah.
Right. So that's just, I mean, and I guess,
I think people are misunderstanding.
Right,
If they come in and ask, it's not a big deal.
well, my problem is I don't want everybody just coming in and deciding to go to the field or going to the park and start doing stuff.
That's gonna be.
Right. It's gotta be project and it's gotta be organized and I think the town needs to know what someone's doing. It's like the scouts. Yeah. They have an organized plan, what they're doing and they're helping out. Someone that's going to school is going to paint the fence. It's organized. It's been,
We've
what they're
talked to the
doing.
department head, we
Yeah.
have permission to make.
Anything like that's fine. I mean, and I think that I don't see a problem with any of that. We can always get a waiver. A lot of places have them just for volunteering. That's all. But,
Yeah.
I don't want,
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm
that's,
getting at.
yeah, it's a volunteer waiver. You sign it. Well, I would say I don't hold X, Y, and Z liable for certain things. But I want to make sure that we're not just, appreciate everybody's willingness to help and do different things. But we also want to make sure that it's being done and it's organized and the work that's being done, if any, is being done correctly as well. And that, that's something we should, be talking about too is, we used to have the ad hoc committee for the Parks and Rec. That's kind of fell by the wayside, so we should really make it a point to put that committee back together and get some volunteers. And it seems like, based on when Glenn was here a couple weeks ago, talking about people volunteering, want to be part of it, that might be a perfect,
Yeah.
segue to that.
Absolutely.
We have some open seats for that, and if anybody is willing to participate in that, I would ask that you reach out to Kathy Leonard in regards to it as part of the ad hoc committee for the Parks and Rec. So that's how it gets going, and then
Friends
a lot of that stuff from the two friends. A lot of that can be.
We don't have a partner.
I think we should. I think we should. That we have Parks and Rec, and we should have someone. We used to have a committee that was part of that. I think that's what I'm saying. Is get that
Reinstated and
reinstated. Well, we still have it. We just gotta get people on that committee, and then go from there. And then we have people that will meet weekly, and then people that want to do projects at the park, they would meet with that committee. That committee would be appointed by the Board of Selectmen. So we can put that on our agenda for our next meeting to talk about, not a next meeting, but our meeting after
After the town meeting.
the town meeting.
so just to clarify, next week, our meeting is starting at what time before the town meeting?
We usually start like a half an hour before the town meeting, right?
Does the board wish to have it or just go there for town meeting?
What would we have to do, Chris, next week?
Well, you want to have the minutes signed off on,
Okay,
so
We do that
all the minutes at the beginning.
when we do get an evaluation.
we can't.
Oh, we could do the minutes then, if that's all right. That gives Kathy and I a little more time.
Okay, so why don't we do that? And
Okay.
so we have nothing to bring up before, so we can just,
Because usually when you get to town meeting, everybody wants to come up and talk to you guys.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
very hard to hear too.
so we won't do it, the actual. We have to have to open the meeting and close the meeting. Correct? We're all there.
So you convene your meeting and you just,
Yeah.
then when town meeting adjourns, that's when your meeting is adjourned.
So we won't have anything on our agenda except for the town.
Town meeting.
And then we'll schedule to have the minutes when we have the meeting on Thursday.
Yes.
There we go. Make
And
that-
then, Glenn, just for us, is our next meeting May 21st? Because we're not doing it on the 20th, right?
You can have a 20th and the 21st, yeah.
Okay,
that Tuesday?
that's at 5:30? Okay,
I was going for my calendar, put it in there.
You can still come.
So we're meeting Thursday, May 16th at 5:30?
5.
5. What I got to add there.
Only two things will be on the agenda is the town administrator evaluation and to approve minutes. With that said, I know this is Rick's last really regularly scheduled meeting. Well, I mean, we have the town meeting and then we're gonna have the final meeting, but I'll save it for our final meeting.
Yeah.
All right, well, with that said, does anybody have anything else? Well, we have an executive session?
No.
No? Well, with that said, then nothing else on our agenda, and nobody has anything else.
I will make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Is there a second?
Yeah, a second.
Good. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? There we go. Thank you.